Hello and welcome to another video. This one's going to be a lot shorter than the first one. And with this, I'm going to be just going over what I'm expecting for you to do over the weekend when it comes to starting to look at graphical information, analyzing that data, and then making conclusions or reasoning or connections to that. So when we talk about analyzing evidence, we're going to be doing the what do we see. This is going to be looking at graphs, figures, models, and making really specific, clear observations and communicating about them in writing. When I say specific, we're talking about nouns, we're talking about locations, we're talking about numbers. We're not talking about little or lots or some. We want to be as specific in terms of numbers or statistics or locations as possible. And we want to be very clear with what we're stating in terms of the outcomes, of the differences, of the trends, of the patterns. Are things getting bigger or smaller? That's what we mean when we say analyzing. And then reasoning. Surprise, we're going to be starting to write our first claim-based paragraph next week. And reasoning is going to be where we take this evidence and we start making connections, where you might be interpreting that data, thinking about what's good about it, what's bad about it, is it significant, is it not significant? Maybe we come up with a new idea. Maybe we put a couple things together and formulate a new idea. So instead of the what, we're really thinking about the how does what I see prove my argument or form new ideas. So I've given you 3 graphs that you have, but you could look at them in color. The first one is going to be this, and it is showing a predicted range map of where pikas live currently and how that range map might change in the future when we project global warming happening at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 degrees Celsius. Celsius is about 2 degrees Fahrenheit, so this would be about 10 degrees warming, 8, 6, 4, and 2. And I have a couple questions for you to think about that, which you can see here. The second is going to be unrelated to pikas, but sort of related to pikas, which is showing the change in yearly precipitation in the United States. Notice that colors that are warm is a decline, colors that are green are an increase, and we can see this in terms of winter, spring, summer, and fall. And again, here are some questions for you to think about with and analyzing and reasoning about these data. And the third is the amount of acres that are being burned by wildfires in the United States per year. So this is a bar graph, meaning in 1985, for example, we had about 3 million acres of land burned. A soccer field is about 2 to 3 acres. So again, thinking about analyzing and then reasoning associated with this. We'll talk about this on Tuesday's class. I hope this video has been helpful. We're thinking about what analyzing versus reasoning is, and have a good weekend.